Papal americano.
Ay, 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 Coco Jumbo, ay, ay, ay. Turn me up, 'cause I can't sleep without you, no.
Okay, so in this video we'll discuss the another transformation of formula for relativistic work done and energy. So we will derive again for the relativistic work done and the energy, and we will provide also the relationship between the momentum and the energy. So we will provide the equations, and we will apply that equation for the relativistic problem. Okay, so let us recall the work done because we will derive the energy, but we need to provide first the work done. Because remember, energy is the ability to do work, so it is dependent to the work. We can provide work done if we have the energy. So therefore, we will start at work done. Then from there, we will obtain the energy of the. So let us recall in mechanics the work done by force. So if we have two-dimensional problem, x, y plane, suppose I have this point and we have this particle, then this particle it has the position from the frame of reference. Let us say this is RA as the position 1. Then it travels to any path travel. So we have this displacement. So we have the position B, the final position, the initial is A and the final is B. So we have the final position RB. So with that, we have the change in position. So the change in position results because of the motion of the particle, and it is also because of the applied force. So the reason why the particle is displaced because it was applied by a force. So because the force is enough to move the body, then we have the displacement. So work is done on the body. So therefore, at any point along the travel, we have the force acting on this particle, and we have the displacement. This is infinitesimal displacement representing the R for the position at any point. RA is the location of the particle at point A, and RB is also the location of the particle at point B. But R represents the at any position along the travel. Okay, so the tangent to that curve actually is our displacement, and this is infinitesimal displacement. And the force can be anywhere of this particle. So suppose the angle is P from the force from the displacement dr. So therefore, with that, we have the, if we take the dot product of the force and the infinitesimal displacement, the result is infinitesimal work. Okay, so if we take integral sign or integrating both sides, this will becomes W, and this will become the integral of the force dot product of R position. And the limit must be from RA, which is the initial position, to the final position, because this is infinitesimal position. So if you evaluate this one, the result must be the work done by the force. Okay, work done by the force. So take note that the definition of that product is cosine. So the magnitude of force, the magnitude of displacement times cosine, or we have F cosine P dr. So again, to calculate the work done, we need to apply the integral. So this is actually the general definition of work done. This can be applied anywhere. So force can be constant or force cannot be constant. So this can be applied, any force applied. Work done by any force. It can be constant force or a varying force. Okay, so for the sake of the relativistic work done and energy, we have to use this formula. We will start at work done, then we will provide the energy. So again, this is the general formula, the dot product of the force and displacement, and the integral from RA to RB, the initial position and the final position. Now, if the particle travels only in one direction, so let us say along X, we have this one. the dot product of the force and the displacement along x, and the limit is from x1 to x2. So this is a one-dimensional motion. So we have the work done. So suppose this is our problem. So then, again, dot product means if cosine angle times dx. So if, by the way, if the force is parallel to the displacement, then the angle between them must be 0. Because this angle is actually the angle between the displacement and the force. So therefore, cosine of 0 is 1. Take note of that. So then we have f dx, integral from x1 to. So we will evaluate, okay? Now take note that force, the relativistic parallel to the velocity, because this is parallel, so therefore we will substitute this one to this force. So then, this will become result. So substituting this force with ma over 1 minus b squared over c squared raised to 3 halves. So this will be the result. Okay, then next is to integrate. So we have to, you have to recall again your ability in the calculus, in the integral calculus, integrating this one. So remember that our indicator is x, but remember acceleration is a function of x. Okay, this is a function of displacement, and our velocity also is a function of displacement. So with that, m is constant, so we can move it out from the integral because it doesn't affect the constant. Is actually will not affect to the integration and the differentiation. So it can be moved in or out from the sign, integral and the derivative sign. So, okay, now take note that, remember, okay, so we arrange this one in this form. This is the same, no? Nothing has changed. We will only isolate the ADX because ADX can be replaced. So accelerations time dx can be transformed, and this can be in terms of velocity along x, so that we can connect this velocity. So therefore, so what is ADX? Now A, remember, is change in velocity per time interval. So therefore, this will becomes dvx over dt. So this is actually the acceleration along x. Because the motion is along x, the acceleration along x is dvx over dt times dx. dx is this one. Okay? Now we can rearrange this by dx over dt. So this is dx over dt dvx. So in algebra or in mathematics, there's no difference of this result. We can interchange because of the principle of factor. So we are changing the factors. So instead of having dvx over dt times dx, this is the same as dx over dt dvx. But what is dx over dt? Remember, velocity. Right? This is velocity along x. So the a dx therefore is the same as the velocity along x multiplied by the derivative of velocity along x. So we can replace this in terms of velocity. So the result becomes what? So just copy m over this is the same. 1 minus b squared over c squared raised to 3 halves. But instead of a dx, we replace this with b dx. That's it. So with this, we can now easily integrate. Why? Because we reduce the variables. So this is now velocity in terms of velocity. And the derivative is vx. Okay? So with that, we have to apply the technique of integration in this case, no? Because we have no basic rule for this problem. Take note that this is, by the way, this is vx, and this is vx, and this is vx, and this is the indicator vx. So we are forming factors. So what will be the strategy to integrate? So you have to recall or study the substitution technique of substitution. Now the technique of substitution is actually applicable to this because this is second degree, inner part of the function, and this is first degree. So therefore, when you differentiate this one, we can cancel bx actually. So we will start with the solution by letting u be equal to this one, the composite part of the integrand. So this is the composite part, inner part. So we'll let this be equal to u. Again, this is to remind that you have to recall your ability in integrating using the technique of integrations. So let u be equal to this one. By the way, I use bx because this is understood to be bx because the motions along x. So if we have this one, next move in the technique is you have to differentiate this with respect to vx. So du over dx. The derivative of vx is 2vx. Okay, and this is constant, so leave it as this word. So that's it. So d over dx, dvx is negative 2 because use power rule. Okay, this is negative 2, 2 minus 1, this is raised to 1. So we have negative 2 vx over c. This is the derivative of u with respect to dvx. So okay, then solving for dvx. Okay, because technique in integration is if we let this be equal to u, composite, then we need to replace dvx. dvx in terms of du. Okay, because the substitution technique is we use a dummy, the dummy variable is u, then we have to replace everything. Don't worry with the bx because this will be eliminated. As I've said, by just looking at the function, we have the idea that the technique of substitution is applicable for the reason that the inner part is second degree and we have the factor the first degree, so we can cancel this later. Okay, this one solve for dvx. So dvx now is negative c. This will becomes this negative primero, so negative c squared du over 2vx. So this will be substitute. By the way, u will be replaced there. Then dx will be at that point. So then do it. So don't worry with this bx. So again, this is m over, instead of this one, replace with u. So u raised to 3 halves. Vx is just copied, but dvx is negative c squared du over 2vx. So again, vx will be cancelled. Okay. So then, m is constant, c is constant, so we can put it outside. 2 will be placed outside. Okay. This is cancelled. So what we have now is this one. Okay. This is 3 halves. So put it in under numerator, this will becomes minus. So the resulting expression now becomes negative mc squared over 2. This is it. M c squared over 2. Constant outside integral. So the limit from, by the way, the limit must be from 0 to, meaning the particles start from rest, then move with the final velocity. So the limit must be 0 to b. That's why it's 0 to b. B represents the final velocity. 0 means the initial velocity. We are concerned with velocity now, so therefore we have to replace it. Okay, so then in this case, that's why we use technique of integration, because this actually we cannot solve this using the basic or the fundamental of integration. So we find a way in such that our fundamental can be used. So in this case, we are successful in substituting because this one is under the power rule. So basic integration. So with that, take note, the power rule is you have to add by 1. This is in, add by 1, then whatever this result will be divided by the same number. So therefore, this is it. Copy this one. Okay. Negative mc squared over 2. Then minus, okay, over 2. Then quantity, we are already integrating this one. So plus 1. Negative 3 halves plus 1, because power rule is negative 1 half. Now, the negative 1 half will be our divisor also. So whatever result here will be the same. Negative, because this is negative. So negative, negative becomes plus. These 2 will be cancelled out. Okay? So, therefore, this is the result. mc squared 1 minus over square root of u. Why? Because this is, take note, this is negative. When you put it down, the denominator, this will becomes plus. But the the fractional exponent of 1/2 is the same as the square root of u. So this is now the result. Okay. Then take note that the limit from O to B, this is for Bx. So this is not for u. So all we need to do is to replace u with our dummy assignment, 1 minus b squared. So we need to replace this u with this number. That's it. So then substitute. This is the result. Okay. So this is mc squared, the same. 1, the same. All over. Instead of u, we replace this with the dummy variable, 1 minus b squared, x squared over c squared. Then the limit should be 0 to b. So this time we can now replace the limit because, as I'm saying, these are intended for the velocity, and this is already the velocity. So with that, apply the principle of evaluating the limit. Upper first, substitute here as b. Okay, so instead of bx, we have b. Okay, then instead of b, for the final lower limit, 0. So therefore, this will becomes 1. 1 over 1, square root of 1 is 1. So 1 over 1 is 1. So this term becomes 1. And this is the same as 1 over square root of 1 minus b squared over c squared. Okay. So then, this is it. This is almost done. Okay. mc squared, 1 over square root of 1 minus b squared over c squared minus 1. So, take note of that. So therefore, okay, distribute this mc squared here. Distribute, this will be the result. So we have mc squared over square root of 1 minus b squared over c squared minus mc squared, because we substitute the mc squared inside the grouping symbol to eliminate the grouping symbol. Okay, this is the formula for the work done in relativistic motion. Okay, so the requirement of calculating work done is we should have the mass. Okay, and we have the, by the way, velocity of light is given. This is the velocity of the particle. And we have, okay, so that's it. This is the work done. Okay, now take note that in mechanics, work done is the change in kinetic energy. We call this as the work energy theorem. Change in kinetic energy is final minus initial. Now remember that we start with 0 velocity, so this initial must be 0. Okay? So if that's the case, then our work done is just the same as the kinetic energy final. So this is our final kinetic energy. So with that, we can change W with K because they are equal. So the kinetic energy of the particle starting from rest is mc squared over square root of 1 b squared over c squared minus mc squared. Kinetic energy is equal to the work done. Okay. Now look at this one. This one, mc squared over square root of 1 minus b squared over c squared is actually the total energy. By the way, in terms of the Lorentz factor, this will becomes Lorentz factor mc squared minus mc squared. Common mc squared, then we can say that to calculate the kinetic energy, we can use this one. Lorentz factor minus 1 multiplied by mc squared. This is the kinetic energy. One of the kinetic energy formula. So the requirement of providing the kinetic energy is we need the velocity only and the mass of the particle. If we have the mass and velocity of the particle, this will be the result, the kinetic energy. Okay? So this is the kinetic energy in relativistic, but this will true also for, this will result with mv squared actually. 1/2 mv squared. If you evaluate the result, this result, okay, this will result, actually for non-relativistic, this will arrive mv squared. 1/2 mv squared. Okay, so then, again, this is total energy. Total energy. So we can assign this as E, because E is mc squared over 1 minus b squared over c squared. So this is the total energy. Remember, total energy is the, at that point, we add all energies, like potential energy, okay, kinetic energy, and so on. So the total energy can be computed if we have the mass and we have the velocity. So this equation now becomes what? Kinetic energy is equal to E minus mc squared. So this is another formula for the kinetic energy. This is in terms of the total energy and the mc. But mc squared actually is the rest energy. mc squared is the rest energy. Okay, transpose this mc squared to the left side, then rotate. So energy, the total energy aside from this formula, we can calculate that if we have the kinetic energy added by the rest mass. What is rest mass? The rest mass is actually when k is 0. Okay? Meaning, take note that we start from rest, so the kinetic energy is 0 in the rest position. So therefore, the total energy becomes mc squared. This is the famous formula of energy according to Albert Einstein. The energy, the rest energy is mc squared. Okay? So, that's it. These are the work done, relativistic, and energy formula. Revise formulas for the work done and energy. Okay, so another important is we should have the relationship between energy and momentum. So we will derive a very important equation in the field of quantum mechanics is the energy relation related to the momentum. So to start with, we will use the relativistic momentum. Okay, now square this both sides will becomes p square, okay, mv square over 1 square root of minus b squared over c squared. So squaring this both sides, okay, then this will becomes b square, this law of exponent, m squared, b squared, and if you square the square root, so it will be eliminated. So 1 minus b squared over c squared. Then we can rationalize the numerator. Multiply the numerator by c squared over c squared. Okay, the purpose is to derive the relation. Okay, so this is 1. So therefore, nothing has changed in the previous equation. So the same in mathematics, there's no violation. Okay, but we can transform this one in such, we will multiply c squared here. So the result becomes what? mc squared, or transform mc squared b squared over. So we interchange c with c squared with b squared. So algebra says no such difference kung imo na sa ibalhin dito. Okay? Now, this one, again, this is equal to lobes exponent mc raised to 2. Okay? So mc raised to 2. And this is b squared over c squared. Okay, now, okay, then, take note that if we divide both sides by mc squared here, so this will become dividing both sides by mc squared. mc, the quantity is squared. So this will become p squared over mc quantity squared. So we have only this one, b squared over c squared, and it's 1 minus b squared over c squared. So we will reserve this one, and we will find another equation. This is actually the momentum in terms of what? Velocity. So take note that we will connect the energy to momentum. So we will preserve this result for now. Take note that this one is coming from the momentum relation. So next is we will use the energy. So we understand in our previous slide that energy is mc squared over square root of 1 minus b squared over c squared. So we will transform this again, and we will connect this with this preserved equation from the momentum. Okay, do it the same, square both sides. So this will become a squared. So this will become mc squared quantity squared. Then the square root again, square root will be eliminated. 1 minus b squared over c squared. Then, okay, you can, this is the same, no? Okay, nothing has changed. Okay, then, divide both sides by mc squared. This one, divide this both sides. So the result is e squared over mc squared, then quantity squared. All of them quantity squared. Then this will becomes 1, okay, because this one was transferred to the denominator, the opposite side. So this will becomes 1. 1 over 1 minus b squared over c squared. Okay, so we have these two equations. Look at this one. In our previous, in terms of momentum, we have p squared over mc squared, quantity square, b squared minus c squared divided by y minus b squared over c squared. And this one, from the energy, e squared over mc squared, quantity squared, which is equal to 1 over 1 minus b squared over c squared. So, all we need to do now, okay, to have a relation between energy and momentum is to subtract this one by this equation. So, subtracting this result from or by this one, this will be the result. So, subtract this one with kana. So, similarly, because we have the value, so therefore, we will replace this one with this result, and this is also replaced by 1 minus over b squared over c squared. Okay? Then, in the opposite side. So, this will become, this again, this term is 1, and this term is for the energy relation. So, they are equal. If we subtract this one, p squared over mc squared by a squared over mc squared quantity squared, then we need to subtract also their corresponding values because they are equal. So nothing has changed here. Take note of that. Okay, then next is okay. Common denominator. This is common denominator. Remember. Okay, so therefore this will becomes 1 minus b squared common over c squared. Then in the numerator you have to subtract the b squared over c squared by 1 because this is minus. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so then take note that they are almost the same. So all you need to do is to actually just copy this one. This is the same. Then interchange this result so that it will look like denominator. But take note this is negative, so we can place the negative sign preceding. So this will become 1 minus b squared over c squared, and this is minus. So when you remove this one, this will become minus 1, set, the same. Then negative negative becomes plus. So therefore, nothing has changed again. But take note, this will be cancelled out. This will be cancelled out. So this will becomes negative 1. This will becomes negative 1. So this is it. Okay. Then next is we have to multiply both sides by mc squared quantity squared because they are divide both sides by this one. Okay. So therefore, multiply both sides by mc squared raised to 2. So if you multiply, then this will becomes, because you have to divide mc squared, so we still have c. C must be c squared multiplied by the numerator. So this will becomes p c squared. And this one, everything will be eliminated after multiplying. So this is purely a squared. And this is negative mc squared. But then we have raised to 2. Okay? So then transpose this to the right side, this to the left side. So everything becomes plus. So this is it. This is the relation. Square relation of energy momentum. So the square of energy, total energy is equal to the sum of the mc squared plus the product of pc, where p is the momentum, c is the speed of light, then square. So this is actually the square relation of energy and momentum. Okay? Now what is E? Take note, E is the total energy. And this one, mc squared, this is the rest mass. Take note, rest mass. And this is momentum and the speed of light. Okay? So for the light particle or phonon, take note that the phonon for the light particles is a massless. So therefore, this must be 0. So if this is 0, this term becomes 0. And we have only E squared plus PC squared. So if you take square both sides, then the result is what? energy is simply as the momentum times t. So this is the energy momentum relation for the energy of light. So the energy of light actually is equal to the momentum of the particle, phonon, times the speed of light. Okay, so this is actually very important in the field of quantum mechanics. So you have to always remember this equation and this one also. So then let us summarize the formula, what we derived in our previous slide. The kinetic energy is the difference between the total minus the rest mass. Take note, this is the rest energy, the E mc squared. And the total energy, as we defined previously, as mc squared over 1 minus b squared over c squared. And the rest energy again is mc squared. The energy momentum relation is what? E squared, mc squared, then all of them squared plus pc raised to 2. So these are the important formulas for this kind of topic. So let us have this problem. A proton, take note, a proton is a positively charged, so it has a mass of 1.67 times 10 raised to negative 27, has a total energy, E, 4 times its rest energy. What is rest energy? mc squared. Now, letter A, what are the kinetic energy of the proton? So you are asked to find the kinetic energy. Letter B, the magnitude of the momentum of proton. And letter C, how much is the speed of that proton? Okay. Now, you cannot solve this one without these formulas. They are very important formulas. So in letter A, you are asked to solve for the kinetic energy, so think of the formula. So for now, this is applicable. Why? Because we are given what? The energy as 4 times as the rest mass. Okay, so the 4 times of the rest mass. So to do it is, take note, the given is 4 times as the rest mass. So it should be 4 mc squared. So substitute this 4 mc squared here, E. So it should be 4 mc squared minus mc squared. So this will become 3 mc squared. Okay? So then substitute the values, then we can solve for the kinetic energy. 3 times the mass of the proton and the speed of light raised to 2. So calculate using calculator. We have 4.51 times 10 raised to negative 10 joules. Take note, the unit of work is joule. So the unit of energy is also joule. Okay? Because energy is related to work. So that's it. This is the answer for letter A. Letter B, you are asked to find the magnitude of momentum. So how will you answer this one? So in this expression, the momentum is in the relation of the energy relation, momentum relation. So we will use this one. Okay? So to solve for the momentum is to use this equation. So all you need to do is to what? Transpose this one. Transpose this to the left side, then rotate. So we have pc squared quantity, all of them quantity, is equal to a squared minus mc squared, all of them raised to 2. Okay? Then next is, by the way, we already know the what? We already know that E is equal to 4 mc squared, or 4 times as the rest mass. So substitute it here. This will become, instead of having E, replace it with 4 mc squared, then raised to 2. Okay? Then minus mc squared, all of them raised to 2. So take note that we can simplify this one. Okay, remove the grouping symbol. This will become 16. 4 times 4. M times m squared. This is c squared times c squared, c raised to 4. Remove the grouping symbol again, or apply the power, the exponent, mc squared, and this is c raised to 2 times c raised to 2, c raised to 4. Okay? So this will become 16. Take note, the same, m squared, c4, c4. Okay? So this is 16 minus 1, or this is 15 m squared c to the 4th. And we can cancel c squared here. So this will be eliminated, and this will become c squared. So this will become p squared is equal to 15 mc squared c squared. Take square root both sides. So if you take square root, this will become p, this will become m, this will become c, and this will become square root of 15. So that's it. This is the momentum. Okay? Substitute the value of the mass of the proton, 1.67 times 10 raised to negative 27. The speed of light, 3 times 10 raised to 8. Then simplify. Then the answer is 1.94 times 10 raised to negative 18 kilogram meter per second. These are the, or this is the answer for letter B. Okay, so we are done with A. We already solved kinetic energy. We already solved the momentum. So without this relation, it's difficult to answer the problem for the momentum. Okay, so with that, we are now on the way to solve for letter C. What is the speed? So the speed is V. So where's B? Now B is found in this total energy. So this one. So all you need to do to solve for C, solve for B, letter C, transform this equation. Transform this equation. Okay. So first is, okay, interchange this one to this E. So denominator, put it in the numerator. So A must be in the denominator. So reverse, because we are looking for B. So we place it on the right side. Then next is square both sides. So this will become remove radical. Okay, 1 minus B squared over C squared, and this will become square both sides. M square C to the fourth. And this is energy raised to 2. But E is 4mc squared. Remember that? 4 times. So, simplify log exponent. This will become copy just m squared C to the fourth. This one is distribute. Or log exponent. 4 times 4, 16. M times m squared. C squared times C squared is C to the fourth. And we can cancel this m squared and C to the fourth. So, this is 1 over 16. Okay? So this is B squared over C squared is equal to 1 minus 1 over 6. What is 1 minus 1 over 16? This is 16 minus 2 equals 15 over 16. So 15 over 16. Then integral product, because we went to solve for B. Then take square root. Take square root. Then we have the square root of 15 C squared. Square root of C squared is C. Square root of 16 is 4. So this is C over 4 times square root of 15. Set. Okay? Then, evaluate what is square root of 15 divided 4. The answer is 0.968. See, this is the speed of the proton. It is 96.8 of the speed of light. Very fast. Okay? So, proton is actually a relativistic activity. That's a relativistic activity. Okay? So then, these are the answers to the problem. Okay, so that's all. So I hope that you have to study. There are a lot of problems in the learning guide, so solve it using this technique. Okay. Thank you.
Papà l'americano